Hello, I'm Tom Leach. I'm here with Wolves correspondent Tim Spiers. We've just finished speaking to Nuno at Compton. Amazingly, Wolves have never won 3 on the bounce in the Premier League. That is something they can do at a struggling Bournemouth tomorrow at Molineux. Is that something that you think is going to happen?
Well, we shall see, mate. We shall see. They've won 2 on the bounce 3 times now in the Premier League this season. It would be great if they could extend that run. I mean, they've been full of confidence last 2 weeks. 2 great results propelled them back into the top half of the table. And if they make it a third tomorrow, they'll overtake Bournemouth. They'll probably overtake Everton because they go to Man City. Leicester are away at Crystal Palace, which is a tough game. So they could leapfrog 3 places potentially tomorrow. And then Man United, who are in 6th, 4 points ahead of them, they travel to Liverpool. So the table could, and there's absolutely no reason to assume it will, because you know what will happen when you start assuming things with Wolves. But there's a chance that the table could look pretty after Saturday. But the most important thing is for Wolves to continue this run. Bournemouth have lost 5 games out of 6, which is the run that Wolves were on until recently. So we know how quickly things can turn, but certainly confidence-wise and momentum-wise, going into this game, it's all with Wolves. At home, in front of their own fans, come up to Christmas, another packed house, so it's a game that they should relish.
I mean, we saw at the start of the season how good a side Bournemouth can be. They look like they're going to have Callum Wilson back tomorrow. That's going to be a big threat as well for them, isn't it?
Totally. One that got away, as far as Wolves are concerned, they very, very nearly signed him from Coventry, a team you know well, I know. A few years ago, but he went to Bournemouth, and very much one that got away from Wolves' point of view, but he's their obvious danger man. Missed the 4-0 defeat to Liverpool last week, but Eddie Howe saying he's hopeful that he's going to play tomorrow. It's certainly expected that he will play. Him and Ryan Fraser, obvious danger men for what is, a fast, exciting team to watch. Ruben Neves saying today he's expecting a really good game. He's not expecting Bournemouth to come and sit back and defend deep. I don't think anyone's expecting that, which is good for Wolves if that's the case, because Wolves have really struggled against teams that have done that to them. Cardiff, Huddersfield, Watford as well, teams that are really going to sit a bit deeper, frustrate Wolves, pack the midfield. I don't see Bournemouth doing that. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it's a decent open game with 2 teams who can score a few goals potentially. Team
selection is all a little bit up in the air. Did Nuno give anything away?
He, for once, gave a little bit away. He said, I asked him about Johnny Castro-Otto, if he's going to be coming back. And he said he's okay, he's back in training. I said, is he an option for tomorrow? And he said all his players are options for tomorrow. So he wouldn't explicitly say it, but he certainly didn't rule him out. And that would be a boost for Wolves if he's back. He's been out for 4 weeks. It should have been 6, the Spanish FA was saying. So if he's back a couple of weeks early, fantastic. As for his team news, I've got no idea, to be honest. I thought he didn't get his selection right at Newcastle, but he remedied that during the game. His 3 subs, Moutinho and Jimenez, who were rested for the first time this season, both came off the bench and did well. And Morgan Gibbs-White again played well, made good impacts from the bench. So all 3 of those guys put their hand up and said, start me next week, Gaffer. But will he do it? I don't know. I don't know if he hasn't played Gibbs-White in a straight 3-4-3 formation yet, which is his preferred formation. Personally, I think you've got to find a way of getting this kid into the team. He's playing well week in, week out now, whether he starts or from the bench. Jota will obviously start. I think Jimenez or Moutinho will come back in. Then you've got the Neves-Sace conundrum. Will he drop Neves for the first time? Out of his midfielders, he's the one least in form at the moment. So there's certainly a case for saying keep Romain Sace in the team, who's done very well and looks solid in the last few games. And then you've got Costa, who again has looked a bit off colour recently. Will he start Traore? Will he start Caballero? There's quite a few things up in the air. And there's 3 players who've got to be very careful tomorrow, because Ryan Bennett, Connor Cody and Jota are all on 1 booking away from a ban. It's Liverpool at home the week after. Nobody's going to want to miss that, least of all massive Liverpool fan and former Liverpool player Connor Cody. So hopefully that doesn't play on their minds, but also hopefully none of them pick up a booking tomorrow.
There was some talk in there as well about Jimenez and his option at the end of the season. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I've always understood there to be an option. We believe it's around £30 million, but Nuno went on the record today, which is unusual for him, to say that yes, there is an option. He also said it's too early to make any kind of decision at this stage, which also makes sense. But you look at this guy's record. I mean, he's not universally loved amongst the Wolves fans who want a prolific goal-scoring striker in the mould of Callum Wilson up front. But those aren't too frequent. If you look at Jimenez, 4 goals and 5 assists and we're not even at the halfway point yet. If he continues that and gets to 10 goals and 10 assists, bloody hell, that's a fantastic record for the Premier League. So I think the guy's doing a great job. He's crucial to how Wolves play. He links the play in the final third very well and unlocks those doors for the likes of Jota and Costa to get beyond him and score goals as well. So for me, £30 million is an awful lot of money. But in today's market, is it a fair price? If he carries on like this, honestly, if he gets to 10 goals and 10 assists, then I say that's a decent price. So that's one certainly to keep an eye on for the rest of the season.
Go on then, looking ahead, do you dare to make a prediction?
It's a really tough one. As always with Wolves, the first goal is key. A big thing for me recently is the quite an obvious difference in confidence, depending if they've just scored or conceded. It seems pretty basic really, but that's definitely the way it's gone. I think we saw it against Newcastle last week. They were 1-0 up and controlling that game, and then Newcastle scored and the whole game plan just kind of fell apart for no reason really, other than confidence is the only thing I can kind of put it down to. So first goal will be key. If they can get on the front foot, set the tempo crucially early on, then I can see them edging it. I don't think there'll be that many goals actually, but I think they can edge it 1-0.
Brilliant. For all the build up for that game, keep it expressandstyle.com.